But I'm going to leave Ronan to give us a brief synopsis on what this series is, and then we're going to break down what we thought about it.
All right. Yeah, so this new animated series comes from the mind of the great Genndy Tartakovsky. The series follows a team of ancient heroes protecting the world from an ominous force. And throughout history, unicorns have symbolized the virtuous, appearing to ensure that goodness reigns. When the reawakening of our heroes comes too early, they find themselves in the bodies of teenagers, damaged as a result of their memories of who they are and the history of the unicorn organization.
All right. So, yeah, we got a lot of people here. So just letting you guys know as a heads up. So we're going to kind of go across the board on our small perspective on what we were seeing. So off rip, I got Jamie here. I've got Ant, Hans, Jason, Jor-Els Alexandria, LT, Ty Nitty, and of course, Ronan Unchained. We out here, we in there. So I kind of sprung this on them. They had no idea what this was. I briefly showed them a trailer and a poster. I just knew that I was a big Samurai Jack fan. I'm a big Dexter's Laboratory fan. I did love Primal, and I love this man's creation of whatever he does. But with this one specifically, what did you guys think? What was your impressions of it? Sometimes you guys were like, this reminds me of something else. Sometimes the art design was catching you guys off guard. Sometimes it was the sound. I'll let Jamie go and tap in first. Jamie, what were some of your impressions of this first 2 episodes?
Yeah, well, I mean, full disclosure, I don't watch a whole lot of animation. So, like currently, like back in the day, I did. It did give me some Dexter Laboratory vibes for sure. I also noticed like some of the animation had some like early Disney animation influences, especially with the characters' eyes. So that was pretty cool. But overall, the series had a very trippy vibe to it. And I kind of wasn't following a lot of the different story and plot points that was going on. But it was entertaining to watch. It was kind of whimsical and kind of wild in different parts. And so, yeah, it was interesting from the perspective of someone who doesn't watch a lot of animation. I normally wouldn't catch this on my own leisure time. So thanks for introducing this to my life. But yeah, it was a pretty weird watch for me. So I think that probably anybody that's into some of the shows that you mentioned probably would definitely appreciate this series a great deal.
Yeah, because I mean, with Primal was very dark and very bloody and gory. And not to say this isn't dark, but it isn't bloody and gory. But I ain't gonna lie, like when I first saw one of the characters, I was like, that looks like a dark Betty Boop. So I'm kind of like, I didn't know. But I'm gonna go to Ty real quick. I'm gonna jump down to the bottom. Ty, what were some of your impressions of this first episode?
Well, it gave me a lot. It feels like it's a culmination of a lot of different other products, other shows. You know, it's definitely got the Samurai Jack feel. It's definitely got, like Jamie said, the old Disney feel. It's definitely got a Ren and Stimpy feel. It feels like it's like a mashup. It's like the first 2 episodes feel like kind of a mashup of all these different, you know, either storylines or shows. You definitely got some King Arthur Knights of the Round Table stuff there. You've definitely got that animated Game of Thrones kind of thing going on. It's a little weird. It's definitely cooking with some LSD vibes, but it's a pretty decent show so far. At least it's kind of, I don't want to say it's slow coming out the gate because it didn't come out the gate kind of slow, but I still feel like there's pieces of this thing that I'm missing that I felt should have at least been provided in the first 2 episodes, but I will hold that until I watch the rest of it.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I think that there were definitely plot threads that, I mean, in the very beginning, it just didn't make any sense. like in the very first, 10 minutes, I was like, this hasn't started coming together. It wasn't until the back half of the first episode, you were kind of like, oh, okay, I see kind of what's going on with this robot. So Jor-El, which he was completely ambushed by this. Bro, what did you think about this first 2 episodes, and what were your impressions of anything, everything?
Oh yeah, you almost lost me with that Star Wars, my nigga. Nigga was about to get out of here. May the force be with you, be damned. But yeah, so this show
hate you.
Yeah, we do.
Jor-El deals in absolutes.
I am a purist, but anyway, this show is so. How do I even describe what I just watched? We just watched the first 2 episodes, and where we're flinging across different timelines from ancient Egypt to like 1800s to Victorian times. I think reincarnation seems to be a heavy theme. There's a lot of Samurai Jack style artwork, and it's mostly just the psychedelic, trippy, kind of like y'all said, like a LSD type of vibe is going on. I have no idea what's really going on with this show. Like I kind of checked out once I saw this bald homie like kind of sitting Indian style, just floating through a galaxy, and like, or giant elephants as an enemy. Is very bizarre, but I like the sheer rush of it. It's like a big adrenaline rush. I don't know if I could keep up with the show unless I was just watching it with y'all, but it's entertaining for sure. It's very hard to describe, but like the repeated visuals with this Fifth Element looking robot right here, it definitely has my attention. I don't know if I'll stick with it, but just from the sheer trippiness alone, I would recommend it. It's interesting.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, I kind of ambushed everybody because some people didn't know what this actually even was. The person that put this on my radar is the person I'm about to ask next, which is Ronan. Ronan, what was it about this show that you were like, hey, I gotta check this out? And don't just give me the cookie cutter answer because of the creator, because I mean, truth be told, some of the shots were freaking nuts. Some of the camera angles they decided to use mixed with the classic animation styles, some of the mannerisms, like they just did smart things with angles for animation that would be baseline old school classic. And so what was the reason why you wanted to pick this up?
Honestly, it's gonna sound like a broken record, but to me, it also was Genndy. When I heard Genndy and I saw the imagery, I was like, I'm in, because this dude,
Oh my god,
OG Clone Wars, Clone Wars.
Right.
Listen, he is someone who I still think people are underestimate him and what he's done. I feel he should be doing live action stuff more. And to me, I did a reaction to the trailer, and I didn't know what was going on. I was like, what is this? And I was like, all right, cool, tight. And luckily you were fortunate enough to show me these first 2 episodes, and I'm like, this is balls to the walls. I'm getting League of Extraordinary Gentlemen vibes. I'm getting like different superhero vibes, mythology vibes, all crammed them into this animation that's beautiful and gorgeous. And I still don't know what's going on. I like, we've getting cookie crumbs of the mythology and like the story, but I am intrigued as hell to continue watching it, and hopefully I can keep up with it. All be said is that it was Genndy who drew me into it, and now seeing what it's about, I'm like, all right, I want to see where it's go. And I do agree that yes, it dropped us right in the middle of stuff, and I know some stories do that, and as the tale traverses and keep going, we have to catch up with it. So it's gonna be fascinating to see if it plays out and if it lands by the end of it.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I think the thing about it is a lot of us here are anime fans and animation fans, so we appreciate old school animation and we appreciate new innovation of animation.
Yeah.
So I want to pick on Ant. Ant, you not only love music, not only do you love animation and movies, but you a jack of all trades. What's some of the things you want to pick apart about this first 2 episodes of this crazy show?
Definitely was digging the. I think my the way I tried to, or at least the thing that I related to being a gamer, was Cuphead kind of visuals. like that early Disney, early animation again with the Astro Boy kind of big eye situations.
Yeah.
But I the music was definitely chosen in a different way. There were bits and pieces that were very Benny Hill. They broke action with the levity in very interesting ways very quickly, and then went right back to action. So it was very interestingly paced, which is one thing I really liked about it. And most times things are in media res, um, and it's just action based. But it's like I think we were in media res as well as the plot. And the cool part is that the main character is also kind of figuring things out right alongside with us. So we get to have it revealed to us as it's being revealed to her, and as we're both kind of catching it at the same time. So I like shows and stories that basically say, look, we're gonna expect you as a audience to, you know, basically have your wits about you, and we're not gonna spoon feed you. Here it is. You figure it out as she's figured it out, and let's go.
Yeah, nah, those sentiments, I completely agree with all of those. Thanks, Ant. Hans, I know you're a big animation fan. I'm pretty sure you've seen everything that this creator's done. I'm not sure what your favorite is, but what about this one was kind of like, oh, this is a very interesting take. I'm just curious your perspective, Hans, on this.
Well, just looking at these first two episodes, it just gave me, just thoughts of a whole lot of different projects that I, like things from different storylines and whatnot. The one thing that the first two episodes kind of got me thinking was like, they're going to have to really bring up the fact that the greater good issue, because it seems like people's lives have been getting stolen.
Yeah.
And the fact that they brought, the fact that there was a glitch in the Matrix right now, they're going to have to talk about this. And I just want to see how they play that out, in between all the action beats. And I've been, my sentiments are basically the same as everybody who's spoken before me. Although I do want to say this, Ronan, yeah, I kind of need to see a Genndy League of Extraordinary Gentlemen now.
Hell yeah.
I need to see that now.
Hells yeah.
But yeah, that's basically. I'm kind of waiting for that. I'm waiting for the fact that we're going to get that part of the show, because there's always a bigger morality play behind the content. We always get all the action beats, we get all the big storylines and the funniness and everything else, but then we always get that deeper moment in all of his content where you're going to be like, oh man, I didn't think about that. Ooh, I kind of need to have that question answered. And I'm waiting for it from this content without going into too much spoilers for people who haven't seen the first couple of episodes.
Yeah. I think this is really good. We pretty much broke down without spoiling anything, and I'm gonna kind of keep it as that, keep us fresh on it. We literally just finished watching the first two episodes. Does anybody have a favorite character or favorite storyline so far that you want to kind of bring into this?
Ooh, wasn't my nigga's name Winston? Was that his name? Shout out to my nigga Winston. Listen, I know newcomers. This is not gonna make any sense, but listen, you gotta give it up for my nigga Winston. You know what I'm saying? Maybe in second place, the little top hat robot nigga. I fucks with him. But
Copernicus.
yeah. It kind of reminds me of
R2-3PO.
basically Fifth Element type of robot. Remember in the very first 5 minutes, Fifth Element. But no, my nigga Winston. What you mean?
To me,
Anybody else besides Winston have a favorite character?
oh,
Cosign.
I'm really interested to see what Emma or Melinda, whatever her name is, goes through. I'm intrigued with the elf dude. I got like Alucard from Castlevania or Sephiroth vibes, FF7. I'm like, what is that? Because yeah, I'm very, very intrigued because of what they teased and what they hinted at in terms of their past. But Yeah, even I can't even talk about the monk and what that was about because we're all just like, what the hell? Are they, like, do we have to be on mushrooms to like get this show or not, or is the show on mushrooms? But yeah, to me, I think it's the elf dude.
Yeah. I'm actually curious about this character right here. I need to know
Gandalf.
Why?
The
How?
Merlin.
Merlin.
I don't know why I said Gandalf.
No, that's basically Gandalf.
Sam. There's a lot of media where Merlin's trash. Let's be honest.
So
Merlin's not always a really good character. He's a great wizard, but he's not a good person.
So I think that's where it goes back into the morality side of this. It's like these people's lives are being taken away from them each generation, and I don't know what that's going to look like. Well, we'll see. I'm gonna leave it at that because I have serious questions. I hope that they address those because so far only one character has kind of been like, "No, you taking my life from me," but everybody else is not really factoring that in. So, but yeah, I don't have any other things to go through with this one. What would you guys rate it from A to F? Or you know what I'm doing that? Would you go back and watch more of it?
Fuck yeah.
And you want to continue?
I want to rewatch it, but this time with subtitles, just to be like, wait, what is it? Just
right.
Keep track and make like a Sunny Philadelphia board and be like, okay, this is where they're from. This is where they're okay. I guess that's where we're going. But yeah, I'm very, very intrigued.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I'm definitely feeling like between like a 7 or 8 out of 10. The more that we talk about it, hilariously. I feel like the more that we talked about it, I'm like, yeah, that was actually was a pretty confusing, but that genuinely was an interesting time.
Yeah, I have to agree. I think you all talked me out for the first 2 episodes. As much as I liked it, I think talking with you all kind of talked me out of, a C into like a mid, like a B right now, because I have to see more. There's just too many question marks, but I know the one condition upon which I will fail this thing, but I have to wait and see what they do. But if they don't address one thing and they overshadow it with something else that they blatantly showed, I'm gonna fail it.
That's fair.
I'm just glad it's on Max because if that was on the Adult Swim app, that's definitely what I watched.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
That's an interesting fact. What about you, Jen?
That app's trash.
I mean, I probably give this a C plus. I mean, honestly, it's not a show I would watch by myself. I think watching it with you guys made it more entertaining, and I probably would upgrade it to a better level because I'm with you. But if I was rating this on my own as a critic, it would be a C plus.
That's fair.
And I would only want to watch this series with a group of friends, and have like lots of drinks. Lots of alcohol.
That might enhance it every so slightly.
Yeah, because otherwise, if I watch this by myself, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'll probably either fall asleep or I'll find myself scrolling on my phone and on Facebook or Twitter or something. So yeah.
I appreciate the realness. I'm almost right there with you, but for some reason, now that we talked this through, I was like, damn. The fact that I didn't slide off or just be like, I do one of those sneak like, hey guys, good night. But like,
he'll be dipping out like, where's the real go?
That's because you watched it with a group though, like because we had like our little banter during it, and
absolutely,
so it made it entertaining. So
we definitely Mystery Science 3000 this thing.
There's a character. There's a character we were all enamored with by the way they were walking, and when you watch it, you'll get it. And I was like, all right, we're gonna continue.
Oh,
yeah.
You brought that up.
Yeah.
You brought that up.
Park the H2 right in front of you.
It's online, man.
Oh my god.